All right, welcome back everybody from a intense day of really 3-0 wipes, if we're being honest here. Let me change the name because it is not Zach and all of them. It is Stormy and IPS still here. And right now we're going to pull in our team captain of course, here of West Broadway Grillers, if I can find the right chat. Here we go. Devvy, are you there and can you hear us?
I am present and you can be heard.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on desk. I know Stormy is hyped to have you here.
Let's go.
Stormy!
Devvy.
All right. Well, we got the famous Devvy here from West Broadway Grillers coming off a 3-0 victory. How did you feel about your set today? Was that what you guys were expecting to happen?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I was hoping we could take the 3-0, but I mean, I don't want to underestimate anybody. So we just gotta keep to how we play the map modes, stick to like our usual plan, play around the team, and just hopefully we'll take the win from it. So.
Yeah, well, it was definitely an impressive win today. For those people out there watching that don't know West Broadway Grillers, give us a little backstory. How did the team form? How did you become team captain? And then, of course, you gotta let us know, how did you guys come up with the name like West Broadway Grillers?
All right, story time, peoples. Okay, West Broadway Grillers is technically 3 years old. For a year, it was just a casual clan of locals in my area. It formed from a local Pokemon trading card game group, and then I just found people who played Splatoon.
Nice.
So we all joined up and was just like, hey, people have tags. Do you want to make a group and come up with something? So then we started salmon running a lot with the 4 I had at the time, and we were trying to think of a name. And one of the members at the time, who is my best friend, his family runs a restaurant called the West Broadway Grill.
There we go.
I was like, we got to Splatoonify this somehow. And because we did a lot of salmon run, I'm like, why not Grillers? There we go. Bam, there's our team. Then a year later, 3 of them, they were just continuing to be casual. And later on, it was, and then later on in the year, we came across, I came across Toxic and Gem through another streamer as we were joining like a viewer PB. And they tried to get a competitive team going, and they actually used to be called Midnight, but they never got going. So I had one other who wanted to also do competitive. They had 2, so I asked them if they wanted to form a clan, so we stayed under this name. I asked if I was okay to captain, and here we are now. We still have 3 of the 4 OG members of the competitive team. I still consider Sam and Cookie OG members because they came, I think, like maybe 3 months later.
Yeah.
So they still feel pretty familiar. And then Ninga came to us like spring last year. So that's our main roster, and that's how we are now.
Nice, wonderful. I love it. I love the story, the team formation, and taking that restaurant name. That's awesome. I love it so much. Wonderful logo as well. I'm curious to hear from you. How do you feel like West Broadway has done so far? You know, you guys have a 2-1 record, but got wiped by or swept by Xylo. So how are you guys feeling right now as a team and where you're at in the league?
I think what was it during last week? We knew what we were going up against for Symphony. We're good friend rivals. We're pretty close, so we kind of knew what we were up against. With Xylo, not a lot of people, like not a lot of the teammates, really knew what we were about to go up against. I kind of knew Xylo because I've commentated 2 or 3 of their matches in IPL before, and so I knew what we were going up against, and then the question was, were we going to be able to stop it? So it was kind of like a throw to us, and then Xylo did a really good job at capturing our mistakes. So Xylo's a really good formed team. They're definitely going to be top contenders here, but I'm looking forward to hopefully playing them again and getting that rematch with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely been the storyline so far is, you know, who's going to be able to match up against Xylo. So how do you work against these, these next few weeks? You guys have a great chance, of course, at making playoffs, starting with a 2-1 record. So how do you prepare? How do you get better to take down a team like Silo in the future?
We'll do our usual practices. We'll find scrims, play in other events. And then with matches where we find we're struggling, we'll go back and we'll VOD review it. We'll also get tips from our coach. Shout outs to Hamram.
Yeah.
And Dio as well. Dio has helped us out as well for a starting coach. Also, but yeah, we'll VOD review those, figure out what went wrong in the comp. If it's comp or how we moved in or how we approach something, and work on it in a scrim. And then that way we can come into it knowing what we need to do for next time for the upcoming event.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you guys have a great game plan. I'm going to turn it over to Stormy. I'm curious if you have any questions for, as you say, your girl, Devvy.
Not like that, obviously. Me and her were like captain rivals back when persistence was a thing. We always butt heads with each other. That was so fun.
The fated first round matchups, WBG versus persistence, in 2 or 3 tournaments in a row. It was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't remember the overall record of our sets, but I know it was probably tied, but I do have a question. I do have a question for you, Devvy. Mm-hmm. People always call you the Hydra mom, right?
Yes.
So
that is the title now.
Do you have any tips for people who are looking to play Hydra but are not too confident in it?
Hydra is not a simple weapon. In fact, a lot of people put it down because it's slow and it's like it doesn't get anything done. But that's pretty wrong. It's very controlling. I use it a lot for map control and pushing out contested areas to give frontliners, midliners a chance to move in. If you want to go for a Hydra main, you really need to learn how to get, you got to really learn how to predict, when's this person going to pop up a ledge? Which way are they going to go? Because it's going to take you a couple seconds to reposition to stop a push or to go on offense. You gotta really think ahead. Use your subs to your advantage. Mines are really good at shutting down closed areas. I know for Anchovy in particular, I'm going to use Clam Blitz, and for an example, I love to put double mines on the left pathway. So then if no one's there, there's still an alarm going off. So we know something's about to happen over there, and then we can position there. Mines are really important, and I always yell at myself when I forget to put them down. But splat zones too. I learned this recently this year, but mines are really good for zones. For any weapon that has mines, put them on the zone, because if they go off, A, they damage the enemy, B, they actually paint the zone quite decently. So you can still put control from afar once you have offense and have that mine there, because that chip damage really does help the frontliners when they push in. But yeah, know your awareness, distance, all that stuff.
Yeah, sounds like you really know the ins and outs of the weapon. Sounds like you really know what you're doing. So it's impressive. And while that's great and your advice is amazing, we got to take a different direction, because Zach gave me a question for you. He unfortunately couldn't stay any longer, but his question is, are you ready? Do you prefer hot dog water or pasta water?
Oh, what kind of a question is this?
It's Zach.
Oh,
It's Zach. That's all you got to say.
Zach.
oh, which one? Now I gotta go text him. I am very much a pasta fan, so part of me wants to go pasta water. But if I think about it, I think hot dog water would have more flavor. So that one would actually be better. So I go hot dog water.
Oh, that would not be my choice, but okay.
Gross, but that's the way I'm going for that process.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, Devvy, we're going to talk about the standings and scheduling. You're free to stay here with us to talk about some of the teams. But first, I just want to give you a chance for those viewers watching West Broadway. Maybe they don't know you guys too well. What's a reason for them to root for you in season 3?
we've come really far with a lot of things we've done. We're looking to work our way up and graduate out of amateur. So if we can take amateur here, it'll feel like another graduation day as we move up another level. So we appreciate the support from everyone who's been with us for who knows how long, and know that we appreciate you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. And now we want to take a look at the standings to see where we are at after week 2. Xylo and Red Sun still staying at the top with a 2-0. West Broadway now just clipping at their heels, 2-1. Tent Supremacy also getting their first victory, so undefeated but only 1 win. Followed up is in the last 5 teams: Kraken Warriors, OO Gang at 1-1, Regular Gamers 1-2, Resilience and Symphony at 0-2. IPS, I'm coming to you now. I want to hear your opinion. Which record of any of these teams are you most surprised by?
Well, honestly, I don't really know. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of crazy things today. I mean, I didn't think Tent Supremacy was going to come in and beat Symphony. I didn't think a Woke Gang was going to be I literally said, they got to go back to the drawing board and look what they did wrong and improve from that. And they did. They actually did that. Not a lot of teams actually usually do that, but they went and did it and got their own win. Of course, West Broadway Grillers, we just saw them kind of destroy Kraken Warriors. And, kind of a crazy day, honestly. I did not expect much of it. The only 2 sets that kind of went the way I expected them to were Xylo and Red Sun. So,
yep.
A lot of surprises today, honestly.
Yeah, Devvy, I want to get your opinion now, because you guys faced up against Symphony in that week 1, getting that win. And a lot of people, as we were starting off the series, said Symphony has a great chance of being maybe a top 3 or 4 team. Now they're sitting at 0-2. What is kind of your take on Symphony after these 2 weeks?
As I said in chat earlier, Symphony's got a melody. They're really good at teamwork. It's just executing a push. They have pulled off amazing plays. Like, we saw that near comeback near their set this week. They have a lot of potential, and they're going to throw a surprise. They're going to throw a curveball at you guys.
All right. Well, we'll see in future weeks if they can make a bounce back here.
They still have Xylo to go against. And that's kind of scary to think about the fact they're already 0-2. So I felt like they needed to beat Tent Supremacy, but they ended up going down to themselves. And now they have Xylo to worry about. And if they lose to Xylo, I don't see them making playoffs maybe, but maybe they can prove me wrong. I'm all for Symphony doing this. I love Symphony.
To be honest, they only got Xylo. There's also Red Sun, which definitely is honestly the one team. I just checked the schedule a little bit earlier. Xylo and Red Sun are actually going to be 2 teams playing next week, so that's going to be definitely interesting.
Ooh,
that will be a good set. That will definitely be a good set.
Yeah. That's the 3rd week. That's probably the biggest matchup.
Well, let's talking about the IPS. Why don't we jump in and show next week's schedule? And you kind of already pointed out that hype match: Xylo and Red Sun, 2-0 undefeated. Who's going to take that down? It's going to be a hype matchup for sure.
Well, I'm going to look at this one by one here real quick. Regular Gamers versus Tent Supremacy. Regular Gamers, like I said, it seemed like they were having a bit of an off day today. Also had a different lineup, so maybe they need to try work on who's playing when, try to get that perfect lineup maybe, a more optimal lineup. Maybe also work on, getting people to play more together so they don't have an issue where, maybe some person hasn't played a lot with this person, that kind of issue. But meanwhile, Tent Supremacy already looked good this week here. So for now, I'm thinking Tent Supremacy is going to take that one. Then Xylo versus Symphony. I know 2 people in here really like Symphony. I get that. But I'm going to have to go with Xylo for that one, of course, because not only am I a big Xylo fan, I also think they are pretty dominant right now. And then, of course, you have Xylo versus Red Sun, which is going to be pretty much the match of the week. Yeah, it's going to be the match of the week next week. And that one is going to be one where I'm not going to be sure. I think both teams can take it. I'm edging a bit with Xylo, but that's probably bias. And after that, we got Resilience versus Kraken Warriors.
I see Resilience winning that one.
Yeah, we have a team that today, right now, is 0-3. Came off an 0-6 day. You know, they got to really step back, try to find out what went wrong today, try working it, you know, and improve it for next week. And you got Kraken Warriors, a team that started off good week 1, and this week with the loss of their captain and without their player of the week, seemed like to struggle a little bit. So hopefully maybe next week they have their player of the week, or they can maybe try work out the mistakes they have with this different roster and see what they can do next week against Resilience. Then we have West Broadway Grizzlies versus Owo Gang. Of course, Owo Gang surprised me this week. They went back from their mistakes from week 1 and improved on those mistakes, and did a lot better in week 2, taking out regular gamers. West Broadway, you know, they came from a loss, I think, last week because they won their first, they lost their second, and came in here with a quick win against Kraken Warriors. So looking at that set, I'm thinking West Broadway can take it.
Well, I mean, we have team captain right here, so
I feel like without a doubt,
we may have run into Owo Gang in league before we played tonight, so we got a little bit of a sneak preview.
Yeah, and how are you feeling about that matchup?
It was actually quite close game. It was Rainmaker Gobi, and we did end up coming out with a good push near the end, but Owo Gang did bring up the game, so it's going to be actually, I think it's going to be an interesting set. But again, I'm not going to underestimate. We'll come in, do what we know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you to trash talk, though. I mean, what's the percent you're going to 3-0 Owo Gang? Give us a percentage.
Come on, Devvy. Come on, Devvy. Be real.
I believe we can do a 3-0. But if they do take a game off us, I won't be surprised.
No, that wasn't the question. We asked for. We got to get a percentage. What's the percentage odds of 3-0?
85.
All right. I feel like that was a very safe
you're
answer.
Not being realistic. I already feel Zach already screaming at us. I already feel Zach screaming at us talking about Owo's going to win. I don't know about that, Zach.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it in my head.
Right. Well, we got to get closing off the stream here in a second. So, Stormy, I'm going to finish with you. Going back to that hype matchup of the week, or 2 undefeated teams at 2-0. Who are you predicting for that Xylo Red Sun matchup, and what do you think the scoreline is going to be?
Man, Xylo's going to win. I feel like Xylo will win, but I will give Red Sun some slack. It's going to be a 3-1 for Xylo. I feel like Red Sun can take a game.
All right. Well, we'll see. Oops. Got to turn off that video. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Coming up next week should be some close matchups as I look at the schedule. Although that's what we said about this week, and we got lots of 3-0s. So hopefully we get more Game 4s, more Game 5s next week. Devvy, thank you so much for being able to jump on for an interview today, and congrats on the win today for West Broadway.
Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah, well, we're going to end the stream, so thank you, IPS and Stormy, being on here as well. Chat, we'll see you next time. Don't forget, tomorrow there's going to be Academy League action, and Stormy, give me a 10-second pitch of why people should show up tomorrow, because I know you're hyped about this Academy League.
Oh, man, the Academy League, see, the thing is that, just being honest, they're all bad. So that means all the matches are good. All the matches are exciting.
They're so bad that they're good. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So come watch these players. Definitely Outcast Ninjas. Watch out for them and watch out for
one. All right. IPS, you wanted to say one last thing before we go.
Yeah, one last thing, right? Stormy, say all of them are bad, but you just gotta check Academy stats posting real quick. Not gonna lie, Eclipse kind of just went
right
on Markwood Falcons. So
we gotta talk about that. Eclipse 3-0 to Mirkwood Falcons.
We can talk about tomorrow.
You can talk about tomorrow. We are going to end the stream. Spurs fan, thank you for the last second follow. Much love. Tomorrow, Academy action. As Stormy said, the teams aren't great, but the action is so great because it's messy, it's chaotic, and it gets pretty hype. So definitely check it out tomorrow, and we'll see you guys then. Everyone, have a great night, and take care.